Okay, well, Boomy is awesome. This card is very broken and very splashable. The Earthbend land has haste, so if you just play this with 6 mana, you have a 4/4 and a 5/4, and the 4/4 has haste. Obviously, if you drew exactly 5, you can play it on 5, whatever. And, if they kill it, you still have a 4/4 in play. This is one of the best cards, in the set. They have to kill it or they lose if it attacks, and if they kill it, you still have a 4/4. And it's splashable. This is the kind of card where, look, it's a mythic. I'm not saying mythics can't be powerful. It would be nice if this card was, red, so that it was at least harder to splash. This is the kind of card, if you're going to print this, I would like to see it be 1 red, green, or something. So we're definitely going to take it. Enter the Avatar State is good. This card is good. Firebending Lessons, one of, if not the best common. But it's going to be Boomy Unleashed. Okay, so doesn't look like there's great red or green cards. Uncle Iroh is fine. Very underwhelming, in my opinion. Jet's Brainwashing is really good with sack, if you're black-red. It's a pretty nice card. It's one of the best versions of this they've ever made because you can just basically cycle it, right? I mean, you pay 1, a creature can't block, attack, and you get a clue. But if you don't have sack outlets, if you're never sacking the thing you're stealing, it's not a great card. I like that Uncle Iroh's red or green, not necessarily red and green, so we can still play it if we play green-blue or red-black or whatever. This pack is terrible. This whole bottom row of commons I don't like at all. I like Octopus Form, but, not that much. This is just a horrendous pack. I'm not going to take Air Nomad Legacy. It's a blue-white gold card that you have to be blue-white. I do want to play this. I'll gladly splash it. So it's between Iroh and Jet's Brainwashing. I think I'm going to take Iroh. Jet's Brainwashing is basically only good if we go exactly red-black. I'm definitely willing to go red-black. We can very easily still cast this card, knowing we have the whole draft to make sure we pick up some green sources. But Uncle Iroh will be good in, any red or green deck. I mean, serviceable. It's not, a great card. Whereas the Jets is only really good in red-black. So now there's, again, a few okay cards. I mean, this pack's better than the last one, which was honestly one of the worst packs I've ever seen. It's not great. I like Mai. It's a good 2-drop. Not as good as Knowledge Seeker by any stretch, but it's very solid, very serviceable. Earth Rumble, I think, is kind of underwhelming. It's a fight, not a bite. Usually you can fight off something, but not always the thing you want. Sold Out is, solid removal and splashable. Like I was saying, I'm not saying this card is ever in my sideboard, but I don't love having endless removal anymore unless it's hyper efficient. So I think I'm going to take Mai. The only reason I don't love it is that I could easily not really play red, just because this card could be green 1 and this card is a single red, so I could very easily play green black or green blue or whatever. But Mai is a good 2-drop, and I think that's better than 4-mana Exile a Creature. Again, I don't want to overstate it. I'm not telling you don't play Sold Out. I'm saying however good you used to value unconditional removal like this if you've been playing for years, value it 5% less good. Not win percent 5, just if you had it as a 6.5 out of 10, value it as a 6. You know what I mean? It's still solid. I still want to have a copy or 2. I still want to have 4 or 5 removal. But it's not the more removal, just the better, and removal's always better than the creature. I like uncurved creatures that are efficient and good about as much as I like removal, unless the removal's hyper efficient. I'm going to take Lightning Strike here. We just took my Jaded Edge. Seems like we're seeing more red than green. So I don't know where we're going to end up, but I'm taking the red cards now. So doesn't seem like we're seeing green. I mean, Badger Mole is a good card. It's a 4/4 and a 2/2. And these go wide 5-drops are great because if they kill the big one, you still have the small one. You still have an advantage. So we certainly could take Badger Mole. Otherwise, Jet's Brainwashing. Again, we can go red-black, but we haven't seen much black. Black's not that strong. Well, no, that's not true. We did see 2 Sold Outs. I just took Lightning Strike and Mai over them. So maybe red-black will be open, at least in packs 1 and 3. It would be better to go green-red and not have to splash. But, and I mean, Badger Mole is one of the better green commons. I don't know. I guess we'll see if we table that Jets. I mean, I'm not going to splash a Badger Mole. Obviously, I will splash Boomy. So it's a close pick. I'm not really sure. So now there's Zuko, which again is a solid card. Like, you know, if you're behind, you can block. It has 4 power. You can trade with their 3 or 4 drop. If you get to attack with it, it's pretty good. Boomy Bash is one of those removal that I'm talking about. This card is just not that efficient. It's just sorcery, kill a creature. Like, I'll play it if I'm short removal. I don't think it's a good card. Lost Days is basically the same thing at instant speed and draw a card, you know, for 1 more mana. I think here this is a pretty clear Zuko. If not, I would probably take Lost Days over Boomy Bash. So I don't really like Sparring Dummy. If you're like getting a lot of value out of your graveyard, then I think it's fine. But otherwise, like, it's just slow. If you draw it any time other than turn 2, it's not good. A 1/3 is not a good blocker. Like, I just don't think it's a good card. So now I'll take Boomy Bash because there's like nothing in the pack. And similar to last draft, we were definitely blue, but finding our second color. This draft feels like we're definitely red, but we don't have a second color yet. So, I mean, our red stuff's aggro. We have Mai here. Like, we could, lessons and spells cost less. Like, we could play red-blue. We could play red anything, obviously. Avatar Enthusiast, good if you're, like, kind of... allies, not good otherwise. None of these cards are good, though. And I mean, there is a chance, like, this is an ally, so, and Naya is, like, the premium ally colors. So there is a chance we'll want to go Naya allies. That said, I'm going to take Raucous Audience here. I like Enter the Avatar State as a trick, but it's nothing special. So, like, there's a higher chance we'll be green-red than red-white. We also might just go green, red, white allies, but we haven't really picked up much fixing yet. But a lot of our creatures, Uncle Eero's an ally, Boomy's an ally, so I think, is Zuko an ally? No, it's a noble. I can't believe nobody's playing blue-white. This card is really good if you're blue-white. Like, obviously it's not really splashable, it's just a blue-white gold card, but it's a nice card. But I don't know, whatever. We're not going to play any of these cards. The red-green duel definitely could be useful for us. I mean, we didn't really see great cards. I think this one is horrible, right? Mongoose Lizard. Like, I like the black one. The green one and the blue one are, like, okay. But, like, Mongoose Lizard is terrible. I don't know what they were doing with that one. All right, so Aang the Last Airbender is excellent. But we did get that late Raucous Audience. We would rather be red-green than red-white. That said, I mean, I like Treetop Freedom Fighters, but I can't imagine I'm going to take it over Aang. Firebending Student, again, it's fine, but, like, we're not a red-blue spells deck. We're going to have a bunch of green creatures in our deck. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant I don't think is very good. Like, it's fine. Obviously, you get a 2/2, you can trade that off and just have a food. But, like, if you sack the food and shuffle this in, like, that's a terrible card. Like, that's not good ramp. This card is decent, like, if you need to ramp or whatever. But overall, I don't think it's great. Earth Kingdom General is solid if you have a high power level and you're doing a lot of this. I don't think it's great because I think red-green tends to be pretty aggressive. But also, it is 4 power and toughness going wide. The life makes you unraceable. I think it's between Aang and Earth Kingdom General. I feel like I'm going to miss Aang a lot more. I know this is a weird pick. It looks like we're red-green. But, like, I'm not convinced we're red-green. Like, I think we might be like a Naya Allies deck. And if that happens, Aang is like a very good card. And Earthbending General is kind of mediocre. So now we have 2 good allies cards. I kind of want the White Lotus reinforcements and to draft Naya allies. I feel like that's what we're supposed to do in this seat. I mean, we got these like dead last. Not that they're great cards, but I mean, like Boomy's an ally, Aang's an ally, Uncle Eero's an ally. Oh, I got Bitterwork? When did I take that? Did I just click through a whole pack? I mean, that card is good, but I just didn't even see that pack at all. Well, I mean, it's a good card. It's more of a red-green 4 powers than an allies card, but it's a good card. All right, so we're going to waffle between Naya allies and red-green 4 power matters. So Foggy Swamp, this is an ally and a 4-power matters. And then there's the red-white duel. If we're going to do 3-color, we're going to need a couple of these duels. I like Foggy Swamp Vinebender in these decks. I think it's a good 4-drop. It's annoying. It's hard to block. It grows. That said, I don't think I want to take it over the dual land that's on color. So we're not interested in Rock-a-Lanche here because we're going to be 2 to 3 colors. I mean, at this point, even if I drop white, I'm probably just going to light splash it. Like, there's a good chance we're going to be red-green and just splash White Lotus and Aang. But, I mean, Aang is, like, a very good card. So I think here we just take Fire Sages, a good red 2-drop. Rocky Rebuke. I like the Boulder, but I think our first Rocky Rebuke is definitely the pick. Well, now we'll get our second. That's okay. It's a good efficient removal. It's a 2-mana instant bite. Ty Lee is a good aggressive card. It's not an ally, but it's a card we definitely want one of. So, I mean, red was clearly open. We cut it off well in pack 1, and we got a lot of it. So we can expect we're going to have a heavy red deck. And then, like, we haven't seen much white, unfortunately. I feel like, you know, with Boomy being an ally, I feel like there's a decent chance we could put together a nice allies deck, but we're just not really seeing a lot of the white common allies, right? It's weird. Like, is somebody drafting those, you know? So this card is fine, but I'd say more filler. Treetop Freedom Fighters is better for, like, a red aggro deck. Yeah, I mean, I guess I got lucky with that double-click misclick. I mean, I would like to have seen the pack. Bitterwork is excellent, so it's not a horrible pick. But I didn't even see that pack at all. So I would say for right now, the most likely scenario is we're just going to play red, green, and light splash white. But we'll see what else we pick up. This card's fine. I mean, if you can make the other colors a mana, it's really good. This card's double white, so we can't expect to play that. See, we're getting these ally uncommons back last and stuff. We're just not really seeing that many small allies. I'm going to take it in case we go allies. Hey, and we got the Foggy Swamp Vinebender back. So, I mean, I'm waffling a bit here. And look, you can tie together allies and 4-power matters, right? It's not like I can't play Bitterwork if I'm primarily allies. It's not like, you know, you really have to choose that much. I think pretty clearly allies is open. We got Invasion Tactics last, White Lotus third, Earth and Ally last. But we're not seeing like the 2/3/4 drop white creatures. There's plenty of solid white allies at common. We're just not seeing them. So I have to assume white's not open. Feels like red is wide open, if like both ways. Like we might be the only red drafter, or there might be one other one. Feels like we saw green in pack 2, but we didn't see good green in pack 1. So, I mean, I'm not doing this. We're not going to be able to splash for a white and blue card. Unfortunately, I can't go black for Fire Nation Drill. Wish I had just been red-black, probably. So now, there's Lightning Strike and I think Strike is probably slightly better. Like, could be better if you have, like, a bunch of good removal, like in a red-blue Lessons or whatever. But, you know, we're primarily a creature deck, so we're not going to have excess of removal, and we're not going to trigger prowess like crazy. So I think this is just a Strike. And we are an aggro deck, so Strike's ability to go to the player is a little better in our deck. Avatar's Wrath's an excellent card. I really don't think we can do white as a main color like I wanted. We just have too many cheap green cards now, I think. But white-red allies might be open. Avatar's Wrath is really good. Yeah, Gilderstaff is a card we could play. Uncle Eero and Foggy Swamp Vinebender are both solid too. I don't really mind having 2 of this card as a legend because it's so top heavy that you can just always trade it off. Like, I think I'm probably just going to take it. I don't really have a lot of lessons, but still firebending 1. Can lightning strike at instant speed or earthbend or whatever. I think I'm going to give up. Well, this is one of the good allies too, but just feel like last pack down the stretch, we got pushed really hard into red-green. But yeah, the ally deck we could have had, right? So painful. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This card is busted if you have like mostly allies. What are our creatures? That's not an ally. That's not an ally. That's not. Uncle Hero is. White Lotus is. Treetop Freedom Fighters is 2 allies. See if we can make it happen. Ooh, there's Cave and Treetop Freedom Fighters. Both of these give you 2 allies. I kind of want them both. I actually like Redirect Lightning and Flopsy too, but I think I'm going to take one of these 2 cards if we're going to try the ally synergy. Now that we have Invasion Tactics, White Lotus, we got the Earth King's Lieutenant. I think Cave is probably slightly better. We have a lot of 3-drops. Kind of worried about my mana. I do want to play this card, and it's not like you have to play it on turn 3. Really need some fixing. What does Guru hit? Lessons, sagas, or shrines? So that's a saga. It's really surprising how few lessons we have, right? It's 2 Rocky Rebukes, 2 strikes. I just have like no lessons. As I said, I think shrines suck, but definitely don't think I need a second copy of that. Oh, it is an ally. Yeah, okay. So we'll probably play it. Momo's an ally, but like white's going to be our lightest of the colors. So we're not going to have a white turn 1. This one can stay and play more, so I don't love that it's a legend, but you don't draw 2 of 2 that often. It's a good card. Second Cave. This is a great ally card. It's also a saga if we hit it off of Guru. This is an interesting draft. Like I feel like we saw just the right amount of like ally stuff and red-green stuff. I'm definitely not supposed to be blue or black. I'm supposed to be somewhere where I am in these Naya colors. But I don't know. Was I supposed to be like 3-color allies? Was I supposed to be just red-green? I'm not really sure. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to end up playing any of these cards. I didn't really get much fixing. I've got the 2 duels. So I'm not going to love my mana base here. 29, so I need to cut like 6 cards. My cards are pretty good. There's a lot of 4-drops. Cut Zuku. I don't know. Should I just drop the ally stuff? I mean, the cards are good. 2 caves, don't forget. These make two different 1/1 white allies. These are allies. Have a lot. I don't think I can make green the splash. I know I don't have green fixing, so it's just as live as anything else, but I didn't get a lot of the white creatures. I know I have these allies I could bring in. Maybe it's not unthinkable. We should take a look at it. I mean, I don't care about this card, but feels like I came up a little short on making green the splash. That's kind of what I wanted to do, I think. But I didn't really get much in the way of white. Like, all that does is gets these into our deck. And look, these are good when you curve turn 3, turn 4. But, like, Earth King's Lieutenant, I don't know. I mean, we could make red the splash, but then we kind of lose our lightning strikes. What if we, like... And we also just don't have 2-drops, so we can't do this, even if we wanted to. We needed to get the white allied 2-drops and stuff, so this is not an option. Our 2-drops are all red. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of lessons. I do have these 2 sagas, but that's about it. I mean, I don't have to splash for that. It's a solid card, but... I mean, I don't have to splash. I'm not sure. I mean, but I did get these 2 caves. These make 2 allies, and then you get a land, and then you get a 3/3. Like, these are good cards. I could cut this. I don't have that many 2-drops. I probably should just cut the white splash because I didn't get enough fixing. I'm kind of disappointed. Obviously, with Earth King's Lieutenant and White Lotus reinforcements and invasion tactics, like an allied Naya deck could be really good. And like, these are allies. This is an ally. This makes 2 allies. These make 2 allies. Like, feel like I was like inches away from a really good ally deck. But I don't know. Like, I just didn't get the fixing. Like, is a red-white and a red-green duel, is that enough? Like, what's my mana going to be? Like, so I'm +2. So if I play 17 lands, that means I have 19 colored sources. So, like, what are we looking at? Like, 7, 7, 5? That's not horrible. I mean, it's not great. I'm also cutting, like, relatively good cards. I mean, I can play this. Like, I have enough red and green allies. I guess this card gets worse if I don't play white cards. It's like a 1 mana 2/2. No ability. Can't really earthbend it. I don't like the mana base either, Ursats. That's why I'm considering this. Not real happy. Like, if I could have gotten another couple fixers, like, you can definitely do 3 colors in this format when you're green. And Earth King's Lieutenant and White Lotus reinforcements are excellent, and Invasion Tactics is excellent. Like, these are all good ally stuff. I didn't really get the fixing. Like, I didn't pass it, right? I didn't see fixing at any point, I don't think. As much as it pains me, I think I'm going to have to be disciplined. I'm not pleased. But I mean, I can't just, like, I could, but it would be like 8/7/4 or 7/7/5 would be my mana base. I think this is right. It makes me sad, but I think it's the correct choice. I tried to draft the 3-color ally deck with the busted rares and uncommons, and it would have been really good if I could have gotten there. I don't know if I spewed some white picks where I could have gotten there. I mean, I know there was that 1 4 mana 3/3 that makes an ally. That's one of the good cards for the ally creature deck. I'm not really sure. I don't think I saw much fixing, right? I think we'll just have to be a red-green aggro deck, which our deck's pretty good at. Like, I don't mind this card. It gives +2/+2 to non-allies, and we have enough allies that, like, we should be able to threaten drawing cards and whatever. And we have, like, 3 prowess creatures. Yeah, I think I just didn't see enough fixing. But I think we have a pretty good red-green aggro deck. So I think it'll be okay. We're mostly red aggro, and then we've got Rocky Rebukes and Boomy and a few other green cards. Like, the 4/3 plant ally is hard to block. Like, that's a good aggressive card. I'm disappointed because the ally deck would have been better and, like, more broken. But I think our deck's still pretty good. So here we're going to attack. I'll play Uncle Ero, assuming they don't block. They shouldn't block unless they don't realize I have the firebending mana, because I can just pump my creature and eat theirs. So now if I attack, If they block and I pump, they'll sack. It's not great. It's not horrible. Otherwise, I can just like play Ty Lee and pass. Also not great. Probably not supposed to play this wall top sentries. Not that you need the 2 life, like it has reach and death touch. My deck's just pretty aggressive. I'll take a look at it after this game. Probably board it out if I have like maybe the 4 mana 4/3 that has firebending 3. But for now, I don't think I want to attack. I think I just want to play Ty Lee and pass. I know it's kind of lame, but you know, I don't want to use Rocky Rebuke on their creature. I don't want to trade Uncle Ero for the Cabbage Merchant. I think we can just chill. If they want to sack their food and get a land, they'll have 5, but they'll have no creatures in play, and Ty Lee makes something unable to block. If they don't want to ramp, then okay. Like, I double-clicked through 2 different picks. There was the where I got lucky and got a really good red, green, gold card anyway. What was the other pick? Are they just dead? Like I mean, I guess if they have a sweeper, they can catch back up. But they're going to take a lot. Like, I don't know how they're going to win this game. So we want Ty Lee. We want the mana first. So we want Ty Lee last. So we'll put it on the stack first. I don't see any reason to kill their creature. We can just spend 1 and make it unable to block. Well, it does have that exhaust ability. Probably should have thought about this pre-combat. So let's say I use Rocky Rebuke in one of the red and kill their creature. They take 4, 8, 10, and then I play like the 3 mana 2/3. It's bad if they have a sweeper. Hey, what's up, Brucinator? Yeah, the green-white land would have helped. So I can deal them 10 and kill their creature and then play like the 3 mana 2/3. I don't really want to use Rocky Rebuke on their 2/2, and if they do have a sweeper, it's going to be way worse. I think I just make their creature unable to block. Next turn, I can Rocky Rebuke the 4/4 and make the 2/2 unable to block. I don't think it makes sense. I think like we can just make that unable to block, pump our creature, and play this 2/1. I think that's correct. Because this gives us the ability to have 5 mana next turn to play Invasion Tactics, which will then trigger our prowess, and then in combat, we can use the firebending mana to make something unable to block. We could even probably Rocky Rebuke 2, potentially. So I think this is the right play. I don't really see how they're going to win this game if they don't have a sweeper. I guess they could have something big, but that's not going to work. So if I make something unable to block and they block one thing, they're not dead. Obviously they are dead because I have Rocky Rebuke, Tactics, and Strike. But I'm just trying to figure out if I like need to show them something or something, which I do. And I'll show them one thing to take the win. I think the least situational, like the one I'd probably choose to show them here, is Strike. So I'm just going to attack. And then I'll strike the 2/2, and I'll Ty Lee the 4/4. I mean, they're obviously super dead. The only question now was like what to show them. So let's see. What was the card I was looking at that I was like, I don't know about this card? Wall top sentries, because I'm an aggro deck. So I think we want that out, and we want Zuko in. I mean, it's 6/4s. That's a little high. 6/4s, 3/5s. Could take the Tactics out on the draw and keep it in on the play. I don't know if I have more playables. I don't think this card is good at all. I don't like Leaves from the Vine. It's just slow and situational. I don't hate this card, but I just don't have much, right? I just have like 0 lessons somehow. It's weird. I know I have the 2 sagas, but if I had like 2 lessons, okay, I'd have 4 targets. I'd hit a decent amount of the time. But with 0, like that's just bad. All right, I think this is the build. Back to streaming, but not like on a schedule, not like super regular, but like I'm going to fire up the stream once in a while. I miss streaming. Chat is awesome. Love my chat. So, I mean, we're going to play the Accelerator first, I think. If they don't kill it next turn, we can Cave of 2 Lovers, which is really good because then we get a mountain and we don't have more lands. So playing this on curve so that we can hit our next land, drop 2, is excellent. That card is really broken. Even if you kill that, they still get the 4/4. That should really say other non-land permanent. So what are we doing? We got 5, potentially 6 mana if we play a 4 power and then use this for 2 green. Don't think we can super do that. Right? Like I could play these 2, that would be nice, but I can't really do that because I'm only going to have this left to add 2 green after playing this. So probably I want to play Ty Lee and Fire Sages. Invasion Tactics is looking pretty good. If they don't have any sort of sweeper, like, it's just going to pump all my creatures. Like, I'm way wide on them. Well, that'll help them catch up a little. But still, your blocks can only be so good when all your opponent's creatures are +2/+2. So I think the tentative plan is to dump everything out and then alpha. So, I mean, for now, I'm just going to cast stuff. I don't think I have an attack this turn, but with the 2 mana from Raucous, I can now play the Bitterwork too, just to have it out. I don't really want to trade this off, even though I draw a card, though. So I'll just chill. Wow, second one of those? That's incredible. Wow. Well, what do we do? I mean, I can play Invasion Tactics and then just attack with all my creatures. And then I get the 4 firebending mana, so I can use one of them for Ty Lee. So they're going to have 3 blockers for 7 attackers. So that means, let's just count, assuming they don't have anything, which they probably don't with their 2 up. That means the 4 smallest get through automatically, like if they block the 3 biggest. So that would be 1, 2, 4, 6, plus 8 more, because +2/+2 to each, so that's 14. Plus, like, I can put the counter on this or whatever. So I can deal 15, and then they have to block my, that's if they block my 3 biggest creatures. Now, don't get me wrong, they could eat a 1/1 instead of trading and take, like, 1 more damage by blocking the 4/4s on the 1/1s, but who cares? They're just 1/1s. Now, what I am concerned about is them killing me on the backswing. If Toph lives and they trade off these, I think they could kill me. But I don't think Toph can live unless they have a trick to play, because I don't think they can let 5 creatures through. And every creature is going to have at least 3 power. So whatever Toph, like, blocks, it's going to die. And if Toph dies, I don't think they're going to kill me, right? Like, let's say they lose, like, you know, both of these in Toph. How much damage is that? 6, 8, 8? Yeah, that's lethal. So I need to have a blocker back. Yeah, wow. So I can't just alpha because then they would just trade off all these things and then make a 20/20 and kill me. Oh, no, because I have Ty Lee. So I can make one of these unable to block. So then what will they get? They'll get 8 and 6 Earthbend. So they'll get 14, 18. But this 2/2 is going to die. So I think that I can make it so that they have to trade, or like they can eat a 1/1 instead of trading off the 4/4, but then they won't be killing me on the backswing. I think my attack is good with invasion tactics as long as they don't kill me on the backswing. So that's what I'm actually worried about. But I can make one of the bounties unable to block, so then they can't trade that off and get Earthbend 8. So then I think they're short, right? If they get 8 and 6, that's 14, and they have that, that's 18. So they're going to have 18 because the 2/2 has to die. So then if they have an Earthbend 2 in their hand, they can kill me. I mean, I could just wait another turn. I do have Bitterwork. So maybe I just chill for a turn. I mean, the odds are they're not going to add better than a 4/4 to the board, and they might not add anything. I'd really like to attack with like a 4-power creature and draw a card, but I don't think I can do that. I guess I could trade Zuko for one of their bounties. This is actually really interesting. So I have 8 mana to work with, not counting Firebend, counting Raucous Audience as 2, and my Mountain as, the 3/3 Mountain is tapping for mana. I don't really want to trade with one of their 4/4s and let them make 2 different lands into 4/4s because that gives them more blockers. This Exhaust 4 I can do only on my turn. Am I such a big coward? I mean, I could also just use this ability, see what I get, play it, and/or Earthbend 4. I think that's right. Because, like, if I alpha, here's what I think happens. I think they trade their 4/4 for something of mine, their Toph for something of mine, their 2/2 chumps, whatever. They untap then with 18 power. The Earthbend 14 from Toph dying and Beifong's Bounty Hunters dying, that gives them Earthbend 14 plus this bounty, which couldn't block. So they'll have 18 power and toughness. The 2/2 will die. So then if they just have any Earthbend 2 in their hand, I die. And I'm in a good position because even though these bounties are busted, I have Zuko to draw extra cards. I have Bitterwork to activate and draw extra cards. So I don't think I need to be in a rush. So I think I'm just going to activate this, see what I get. Unless they have a sweeper, like I'm drawing multiple cards a turn effectively. So I think I can not be in a big hurry here. I think I can just chill. Not for long, but for a little bit. And then we'll see if they add something. I mean, obviously if they kill Ty Lee, my attack's going to get substantially worse. But again, if they're not attacking me, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn with Zuko. And as I get more lands, I can draw more cards. So, I mean, like, a stalemate favors me, I think. And remember, they don't know they're that close to dying because they don't know I have invasion tactics in hand, right? So, like, if they don't play a sweeper post-combat, like, now they're just going to be dead. So I'm just going to take the 8 and see what happens. Yeah, so I think now they're, like, super dead. Because now I have an extra 4/4, right? I can even strike them with firebending mana. I think they're just, like, super duper dead. They can't even sack the food token. I'm not saying their play was wrong. Like, they had no idea I was going to give +2/+2 to my 8 creatures. But I think the waiting a turn worked out pretty well. So we want to make sure we get firebending mana before Ty Lee. I don't really care when I draw the card from Bitterwork. But, so I need to put Ty Lee on before the firebending so that the firebending mana is there. And yeah, they conceded. Definitely correct, I think, to wait that one turn there. It was close. It was interesting. I mean, actually, like if they would have had 16 and not 18, I'd probably have just alphaed the previous turn. I just didn't want to die if they had like an Earthbend 2 card in their hand. So I don't think this wall top sentries is good in my deck because my deck is quite aggressive. So I think I'm just gonna cut that for a second Zuko. I mean, I don't love my curve, but hopefully I can get away with it. It's a little bit dicey, I think. I would like to have 1 less 5, 1 less 4, maybe 2 less 4s, and a couple more 2s and 3s. So I don't know, maybe this is wrong. I mean, definitely this card fits my deck much better than wall top sentries. My deck goes wide a lot better than it looks at a glance. That's why I'm playing the invasion tactics. Don't forget, Badgerwolf makes 2 creatures. Boomy makes 2 creatures. Cave of Lovers makes 3 creatures. Cave of Lovers makes 3 creatures. Treetop Freedom Fighters makes 2 creatures. My deck goes wide a lot better than it looks at a glance. I think wall top sentries fits my deck much worse than Zuko or Foggy Swamp Vinebender. But I actually think it might have been right just because of curve. I really don't want to draw 2 4s, no 3, and cast nothing on turn 3. So I think I have it correct. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Sorry if I'm a little rusty. It's been a while, but hopefully we can still communicate my thoughts and y'all are enjoying it and learning. Feel free to, as always, to give me any feedback. You know, I'm not one of those, like, I'm not that sensitive. I appreciate any constructive criticism. Thanks, Evie. It was the first time I've gotten to play Worlds since 2018. It was pretty cool. It was a great experience. I've actually played, like, new smaller Worlds 3 times, and I've got top 4, 20th. So Worlds has been good to me. So hopefully I can get back there this year. So I don't get up early, so there'll probably never be a control careless to answer that question. There'll probably never be, like, unless I pull an all-nighter for some reason or something, like a 10 a.m. Eastern stream. I think there will be times where I fire the stream up in the afternoon and times I fire it up in, like, the evening to night. It just depends when I'm home and what I'm doing. I would say most likely it'll be like weeknights like this where I just don't go to the casino, poker slow, it's a weeknight, and I'll stay home and stream and draft and hang out with y'all. So probably I would say it'll happen more on weekdays than weekends. Weekends, there's normally competitive Magic tournaments, and poker's much better. That said, it depends on how it goes. Like, if I start making more content and it's well supported, I love Magic so much more than grinding poker that I might do more and more of it. But I would say for now, for starting, probably the one thing I could say is the streams will mostly be on weekdays. And they won't be early morning because I'm not a morning person. I sleep from like 3 to 4 a.m. to like 11 a.m. every day. Like, I don't do mornings at all. I'm like a total night owl. I guess I played Sicko's Magic in the last draft. They said we meet again. The official poker player sleep schedule. Although it isn't good for Magic tournaments. I've played a lot of Magic tournaments on 4 hours of sleep. So if I had a red card, I would need to play that first to grow the Earthen Ally. I don't. I'm playing Raucous Audience, so just attack and play it. The order doesn't really matter, but So now we do have a decision because Foggy Swamp Vinebender hits harder, but I don't really want to miss land drops. So like if I don't draw a land, I'm kind of incentivized to play the cave so that I get the mountain to play on the following turn. So I don't know. This is actually a close call, I think. I mean, the 1/1s are probably not going to do anything. And like the 4-power creature turns on Raucous Audience and Bitterwork. So I kind of want to play the Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I do hit for 3 damage. I do get in 2 extra damage if I play the cave. Makes white allies end its red, so it'll pump the earthen ally twice. And then I get the mountain. So then next turn, I could play a 4-mana card and get 2 mana out of this, but that would only be useful if I drew like one of those double green bite spells. Otherwise, I have like 5 mana to work with. I can't do anything for 5 mana. I think with the Bitterwork in hand. Oh, Cave's not an ally. You're right. It only pumps it once. The white allies, but it doesn't pump it red. You're correct. My fault. So it's only missing 1 damage. Yeah, I think the Foggy Swamp Vinebender makes more sense. Because even though this could cause me to miss a land drop, I get an extra land out of the Raucous Audience by having the 4-power out. And like, I'd like to play Bitterwork, attack, and draw a card if I can. And there's a decent chance that will happen, right? Earthbender's Ascension is really busted. I like this card a lot. I mean, I don't like it that it exists, but it is like so smooth. Some of these are like tricky, right? Like it's not that powerful or that easy to like get your counters on your like red one. Your white one like takes a while, and then it can be busted if you have creatures to blink for value, but also creatures tend to die in limited. You don't always just have creatures out to blink for value. But this one, you just play lands. It just performs. You get a land and a 2/2 for 3 mana, and then you just play lands because that's what you do in limited. Okay, so I think this worked out. I can now play the Bitterwork and then attack and draw a card. I don't have 5 Waterbend up, though. So if I do that, they'll get to trade their 3/1 for my 4/3, which is a very good trade for them, right? Waterbend is creatures and artifacts, but not enchantments. So I'll have 1 mountain, 2 mana from here, and 1 from here. So I will be 1 short. So that's not great. So I could attack. They have no blocks, but I can't play Bitterwork attack. I mean, I can, and I'll still trade with the horse and draw a card, but then I won't keep my Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Otherwise, I've got 6 mana, so I could attack first. They can't block. And then I could play Bitterwork and Wall Top Sentries. It's not horrible. Has anybody gotten Shrines to work? Like, I want to. Like, I would love to draft like a 5-color deck with removal and Shrines. I've just never seen it work. So my options for this turn are like, I can like play Bitterwork, play Wall Top Sentries because I want to get 2 mana out of the Raucous Audience, then attack with the Foggy Swamp Vinebender, then they trade with the Ostrich Horse, and I draw a card off the Bitterwork. So that's definitely one option. It uses all 6 mana, and I trade down Foggy Swamp for Ostrich Horse, but I draw a card. Another option is just like attack with the Foggy Swamp and they can't block. They can block the 3/1 and I'll Waterbend and eat their creature, or they can take 4. And then post-combat, I can play the Bitterwork and the Wall Top Sentries so that next turn I can potentially draw a card. I think that's better. I don't think I want to trade Foggy Swamp for Ostrich Horse and draw a card. Foggy Swamp seems more threatening to me. So I think I'm just going to attack. And then if they want to block and make me Waterbend, they can, but then I eat their creature. And then if not, post-combat, I can spend 6 on Bitterwork and Wall Top Sentries. That seems right to me. I might arena as well. I'm wherever I'm playing, wherever I feel like playing. Like, I don't really play much best of one ranked, so I'm probably not going to do that on arena. But if I'm playing like ranked standard and I have a high ranking, maybe that'll be on arena. Or if there's like an arena event I'm playing, like if I'm playing Winnaboxes or the Arena Opens or something, I would stream that. I'm definitely not like anti-arena. I'm just streaming where I'm playing. And right now I'm playing the MTGO draft leagues. Thanks, Dismemberist. Okay, so I'm going to pump. I guess this adds 2 mana if I want to. What do I want to have untapped? I don't think it matters much. I don't think I'm going to block their 2/2 if they attack with it. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I can't do anything with 2 mana. So like if I tap the Earth Analogy, I have 2 open, but I can't do anything with 2 mana. But I can represent more cards. Granted, I think they know if I had a Lightning Strike, I'd probably kill Great Divide here. I play some. Usually I don't do exceptionally because I play them while playing poker, you know, from the poker table on the weekends, so I'm splitting my focus. But obviously they're, you know, pretty solid stakes events. Could be fun to stream. I don't think having the 1/2 open is doing anything. I think I'd rather just leave mana up. Right? I'm not doing anything with the mana either, but represents more, looks more threatening. If I play the Cave... Oh, wait. Could I have Waterbended 5? Could I have tapped 4 for the Cave? Yeah, I misplayed. I could have played the Cave, and then I could have had 2 mana from this, the 2 1/1s from Cave, and the Earthen Ally. Come on, chat. You're supposed to catch my mistakes. Yeah, what I should have done there was play the Cave, make the 2 1/1s, and then I have the 5 up for the... so that they can't block it. That was bad. All right, what are we doing now? So, I mean, now it looks like I want to get 2 mana. It seems pretty straightforward. Just play Wall Top Sentries and Foggy. I guess I was running my mouth too much and missed it if you said it, deck list. This turn seems scripted. Use all my mana this way. So now they have a 5/5, so for me to be able to attack, I have to have the Waterbend ability available. Can I play Bitter Work and do that? Yes. Can I play Bitter Work and Rebuke and Earthbend? Probably not, but maybe. 2, 3, 4. No, it looks like I'm 1 short of that. But Bitter Work makes a 4/4. So I think I'm perfectly happy to trade Foggy Swamp for the 5/5 Badger Mole or the 4/4 Forest, right? I mean, there could be an argument for just waterbending it like crazy, and then I have the Rocky Rebuke at instant speed. That might be better than drawing cards, really. This is only on your turn. I mean, I'm at 20, but they do have out 14. And every time they play a land, they're getting another power. It's a pretty interesting game. I mean, they only have 1 card in hand. I'm certainly not that scared to, like, wait a turn. So maybe I play the Caves and Waterbend, and then next turn I can play Bitter Work. I could just play Caves and Bitter Work. I don't think I can Waterbend 2 then. I mean, I can, but I would have to tap the Foggy Swamp Vinebender and the Sentries and have no blockers. No, they said I just click through it basically or something, control careless, that I should be able to respond to that, which I thought I was going to be able to. So that might have just been a misclick punt. So yeah, my lines for this turn are like, I can play Caves and Bitterwork and just tap all my cards, including the Foggy Swamp and Earthbend it and pass tapped out. I could attack with I could play Bitterwork and attack with the Foggy Swamp Vinebender, and then if they block with the Badger Mole, I pump it. It's, an even trade, and I get my card. And then I have the Bitterwork to make a 4/4 for next turn. I could also play the Caves and Waterbend, and then still have up like the 2/3 blocker and the Foggy Swamp Vinebender, so then I don't really have to worry about them attacking. I mean, I don't mind trading it for the Badger Mole if I'm drawing a card. I think that's probably correct. Because, like, Bitterwork can give me another 4/4 anyway, right? And if they keep growing that Badger Mole by playing lands, it's not like that's the world best for me. Let's make sure I don't make the same mistake twice. If I play Caves, I get 2 1/1s, and then I have Earthen Ally and Wall Top, so I'm 1 short this time. Last time I did have enough, but this time I'm 1 short. Oh, that's a good card. I forgot I had Boomy. So I can Rebuke if I want my creature to live, but I don't think so. I think I'm fine with this trade. So we just let that happen. And then, I can't cast Caves post-combat, but I couldn't do it pre-combat this turn. It wasn't like a choice. I think I just want to kill the Badger Mole now. I'm not going to use the mana better than this. You never know if they're going to have a removal in response. I didn't do this pre or anything because they had 2 decent blockers. But now, while they're tapped, I think it makes sense to kill that big of a creature, right? I think that was right this turn. I think the only turn I messed up this game was when I could have played Caves and then attacked with the 4/3 and still had the Waterbend up. And that was a really bad mistake. The game would basically be in the same spot, except Caves would have... I'd have the allies, I'd have the mountain, I'd have the Earthbend 3. Like, Caves would have just already happened. So I basically just missed a free opportunity to get Caves in play, so that was really bad. That said, we're in pretty good shape. I don't know what the last card in their hand is, but Bitterwork makes a 4/4. We now have our totally busted Mythic. Just play Boomy and then attack, and then I'm fine with this trade. Taking out their big creature and losing my defensive card that's doing nothing. I don't think that was a good play by them unless they really wanted to clear that 2/3 for some reason that's not on board and they have 1 card in hand. Non-token artifacts are lands. At the beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2. Oh, well, that's a powerful card. All right, we got a game. They've got Toph and I've got Boomy. Well, I can wait a turn, right? Just kill Toph, and then I'll just Boomy next turn. I see no reason to let them get 2/2s every turn. This seems pretty automatic. This doesn't, like, do anything, right? No. All right. I don't know why they're thinking in response. I don't know what their options are. If they, like, sacked a land and it came back, and then they, like, which you can't even do. I mean, obviously these don't have counters, but even if they did and gave it a +1/+1, it would still take 5 and die. I don't think they have any real options. Oh, they just want to, like, make... No, the Great Divide's giving the mana ability to things, not the Boomy, not the Toph. So, like, there's no reason for them to draw a card. I guess if they draw a card in response, they could find a trick. So maybe they're thinking about that because they have these sack lands. So maybe they're thinking how much mana they have if they go 1, 2, 3, 4 sack, which land to leave up. They all make any color, so that doesn't matter. So they could like sack in response and try and draw an answer. They'd have like 1 mana left, so it's probably not really anything. So not a great turn. I mean, they got a 2/2, we got nothing, and our cards traded. But we have Boomy for next turn, and we took care of their rare, so we'll see how it goes. Assuming they don't do anything crazy, you know, we can play Boomy, activate the land, attack with the land, draw a card. Even if the land trades down, like if they double block it with a 2/2 and a 2/3, and we trade for their 2/3, we still draw a card. And then the following turn, we have the 5/4 to attack with and draw a card. So this looks promising. That said, they've drawn some cards now. They got a lesson and then drew 2. So I don't know. Maybe they have a removal in hand for Boomy or something. Do I want to double block? My creatures aren't doing a lot, but no. That's going to come back and play, put a +1/+1 counter on something. I don't want to double block that. Okay, so this is good. So the only way that they can double block and kill the Boomied land is by losing their 2/3. And I get my card when I attack, so I like this. So now I'm going to trade with this card drawing thing. Not saying this was like amazing, but you know, still I drew a card and traded with this 2/3 card drawing thing. And don't forget, I still have the Earthbend on Bitterwork, so like I get to like, you know, attack with Boomy and the Earthbended 4/4, and then I have Rocky Rebuke. So like we should pretty much win the game on our next turn, I think. When this does damage, there's initial combat, but we only get to attack with land creatures again. But we get to untap all their lands, so we can cast more stuff too. That's pretty dope. I've had Boomy like once. I don't think I've ever connected with it before. I think this is going to work out awesome, though. So, like, Earthbend and attack, right, with Boomy and that. And then I've got the instant speed rebuke. So, like, I guess I could rebuke the 4/4 now if I wanted to. No, because then they put a counter on something, yeah. So, like, I think we just attack. And then they're probably going to go for, like, a block on Boomy that doesn't let it connect, like a double block. And now I can Rocky Rebuke. And as long as they don't have something, like, great in response here, that's pretty much game. Like, if they don't respond to this, like, the game's pretty much over, right? I'm going to eat this, hit them, untap all my lands, hit them, attack again, draw a card again, and then I can cast stuff post-combat. Pretty nice. I can't Earthbend again. Only lands can attack in this combat step. Oh, I clicked through it. It put me right back in combat. Oh, my bad. Playing kind of loose today. Sorry. Should have hit them, drawn another card. What are you going to do? I think we're in a commanding position anyway. Probably isn't going to cost us. That was pretty sweet. Would have been sweeter if I hit them for another 4 and drew another card, but I don't think we're going to lose this game despite my misplays. Okay, so we have the strike. Obviously, their creature's too big to strike, so I'm just going to play the Freedom Fighters and attack with everything. They can trade with Boomy. I could strike it if I really want that second combat step, but I don't really even think there's a reason. I think probably they'll either trade with Boomy, cool, and take a million. Might even be lethal. 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, and then the strike makes 16 exactly. So I think we have lethal if they don't have anything. if they have something like, then they can like, you know, kill Boomy or something, and then eat the 4/4 with the Great Divide Guide, and then I'll just finish the divide off with the strike afterwards. So I think if they're dead, I think if they don't have anything, we have Xaxes, because the biggest creature they can block is Boomy, and I have a 2/1 haste. So that's going to be 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13, and strike makes 16 exactly. And then if they do have something, then I think we can just finish off the Great Divide with strike. Well, that was more of like a misclick than a strategic misplay. But it is true that I do play my worst when I'm way ahead in my best, usually in tight games. Appreciate you remembering that, Careless. I mean, to be fair to me, I have made mistakes tonight. It's hard to play perfectly on stream while interacting with the chat constantly. But the mistakes, most of these were like kind of like misclicky mistakes. The strategic mistakes I've made wrong, I could have played the caves that one turn. Missing that was really bad. And then there was also, I remember a couple games ago, there was a line in round 1 that I think I missed. Anyways, they're dead. There's no reason to show them anything, so I'm just going to chill. I'm not going to strike them because no reason for them to know I have a lightning strike in my deck because this is game 1 and it's best of 3. So if you're a best of 1 player, that's a little bit of strategy. Don't show people stuff unnecessarily, right? If they don't play a sweep or anything, I'll just untap and attack with everything and kill them. And if they do, then I'll strike them. So there's no reason to show them that for no reason. I guess this card, while I don't think it's good, you could board it in if you saw good 1 toughness targets. We didn't see any good 1 toughness targets, so I don't think. Yeah, don't give the opponent free information. In best of 1, you don't worry about that because you're not going to play the same opponent. But in best of 3, you know, they may face a decision whether to make a bad block in a game they're ahead and stay at 4, or to like not make that bad block and go to 3. And if they know you have lightning strike in your deck, they're gonna make that block and keep their life total at 4. But if they saw a lot of your deck, like we just played a long game and they didn't see strike, then they are much more inclined to go to 3. So you don't want to give people information to use. And this is what I mean by the type of stuff that you lose out on in best of 1, why I've really been not enjoying best of 1. That's a whole dimension of Magic that like you just disregard and don't think about along with sideboarding. And that's even aside from just like the games, the cheaper cards being better and the games being more similar because of that and stuff. I'm going to grab some more water. I will be right back. Okay, this hand looks good. We have an instant removal, so even if we can't play a 2-drop, we can kill their 2 or 3-drop and then untap and play ours. Hey, Boomy again. This card is really silly. Hey, we got a subscriber. Thank you, Box Store. Appreciate the support. So a lot of times I would choose to pass and then strike end of their turn because you can kill a 3-drop with lightning strike pretty easily. But one of the oldest adages in Magic that remains true, it was true 25 years ago, 30 years ago, and it's true today, bolt the bird. If your opponent has a mana accelerator on turn 1 or 2, you want to kill it. On turn 4 or 5, whatever, right? But on turn, you don't want to let somebody on the play on tap with 4 mana on turn 3. Really appreciate the support. Thank you for subscribing, Box Store. So now we'll play Uncle Eero. No decisions here. Of course, we're not going to play Bitterwork. We're not looking to exhaust 4 next turn. We don't have 4 power creatures to attack with and draw cards. This play is clear. Next turn, whether we play Bitterwork, attack and draw a card, or whether we play Caves will not be as clear. We'll see what they do. So I would happily trade my 4-2 for their 3-1 and draw card. I don't know what the right play is. I don't think they're going to have it'll quench off the splash, though anything's possible. It's interesting. I want to use 4 mana more than 3, and I want to get caves going. It does take time. But I don't need the mountain to make land drops. I have 3 more lands in my hand. And it is a good turn to put Bitterwork out, right? Because next turn, I can Earthbend 4, and then the turn after that, I can play Boomy. So I think Bitterwork actually makes more sense. And I even drew the tap land, so I'm kind of spending all my mana anyway. So I think this makes sense, right? Because, like, I get the card. It's like a pretty even trade, right? Like, I know mine has abilities, but I don't have lessons. Like, I don't do a lot at instant speed with Firebend. Not nothing, but not a lot. I still spent 4 mana, sort of, because I got to put the tap land in play. But also, my next couple turns curve really well, right? Like, I can use Bitterwork to make a 4-4, attack and draw a card, and then the following turn, I can play Boomy, make a 4-4, attack and draw a card. So this allows me every turn to basically use all my mana and to attack and draw a card every turn. So that's why I went with the Bitterwork, attack with Uncle Hero line, because I thought ahead, and I thought my next 2 turns would be really good this way. If my turns would be more awkward, then I might not have went with this line. But now we're doing everything good. We're hitting with 4-4s, we're drawing cards. Bitterwork is fantastic. Could Boomy this into an 8-8. I don't know that they have ways to deal with giant creatures in their deck. They're not playing black or, white, really. I don't think the colors that really deal with big things. See what they do this turn, of course. They exiled it, which gives me a clue and means it comes back. And makes that whole conversation moot. Now we will just Boomy. I think this is also scripted. We get in our 4 damage. We draw a card. Life is good. I feel kind of bad for them. I hate mythics, but these cards are just gross. Like, this is obviously really pushed, designed for standard. I have to play the cards, obviously. My opponents play them too. And, we do competitive over here, trying our best to win every game. But Boomy is silly. Like, they should just ban the rares from Limited. I've been saying this forever. If you're going to print these rares and mythics like this for standard, ban them from Limited. We'd have better games of Limited if Boomy didn't exist. Like, they did all that work, and I have 7 cards in hand and a clue in play, and they have 1 card in hand because of all of the value that this created. So now, this can kill any size creature. So can this with Death Touch. So the real question is, we want to spend 6 mana because we want to attack with our 4-4 and draw a card. So if I play this, I have 2 left. Nothing to do with it. I can have Rebuke up, maybe to kill something they play on their turn. If I play this and Rebuke, seems like a good time to do that. I'm going to have like 7-8 lands. This is going to kill any size creature. And the fight spells are a little bit more situational. They could have removal. So while they only have 1 card in hand, I think it's a good time to go for the Rocky Rebuke, right? You saw how my opponent, who's played pretty well, they also, during their main phase, use this and stuff like that. It's always, like, kind of risky. They might have, like, a Strike or Rebuke here in response, but I think this is the right time to go for it. They have 1 card left, 2 mana up. Probably they don't have anything. So it looks like we should win this game unless they have some really surprising stuff. I mean, we're not only up 1 million cards, but we're like attacking and drawing 2 cards a turn, and I don't see them being able to stop that. So I don't want to use my unconditional removal on either of these. I don't need my 4/4. Like, I have more 4 power creatures to play. That said, I can play Badger Mole and turn it into a 6/6, and then they don't have a block on it. So that's probably good. And then I can send the 2/3 also, because I'm at 18. The way Earthbend can stack is so interesting, too. Because, like, sometimes, I know that right now I'm going to win no matter what, and, like, it's not that interesting. But sometimes it's a really hard decision whether to have a 2/2 and a 4/4 and tie up 2 of your lands, or to have one 6/6. So I really like Earthbend. I said this when someone asked earlier. I think they did a really good job with the elemental mechanic, the Earthbend, Firebend, Waterbend, and Airbend. I think they're all pretty interesting. I think that's a big part of why this limited format's so good. Those abilities, they all give you choices. They're interactive. They're interesting. I think a big part of why Avatar Limited is felt really fun is the bend abilities. Whatever, I don't know. Is there like some flashy name for that, like the elemental mechanic or whatever? All right, we're 5-0 tonight on stream. We're going to have a perfect sweep, a warm welcome back with a 6-0, or are we going to lose the finals? I think my deck is nothing special. I don't think my first deck was either. I think we've ran pretty well in these games. But I do think my cards are good. My curve was good in the first draft, kind of medium in this one. These are pretty much what you want a blue-red and a red-green to look like. So you can take these as decent prototypes. I would just say they were like medium power level overall. Nothing special. Hey, sickos. Boomy is stupid. I was talking about on stream, I hate the mythics and the rares. Like, obviously, I have to try to win. We're competitive. But, like, I wish we could play limited without the mythics. Like, that is a card that is pushed to be standard playable. And it is. That power level, that card could see standard play. That is not a fair card for limited. Stupid. Burnator predicts a win. What percentage are your predictions right, Burnator? Dream Trawler was bad. That was one of their most egregious. I'm not against like rares being better than commons. I'm not saying every card should have the same exact power level. There's just, there's a limit where it gets absolutely ridiculous. And like the thing is, standard decks are such high power level, they have to make the cards that good, right? Like Boomy is like, there's no standard deck playing it right now. Certainly it has the potential to see a little bit of standard play, and it might not, right? It may never see any competitive standard play, or there may be one deck at one point that plays it. If you make a card like that any worse, it's not seeing standard play. But if you make it as good as it is, then it ruins games of limited. So it is a tough situation. I don't understand what's wrong with my proposal. Just like all rares and mythics are not legal and limited. Pretty easy. Everyone can open their pack, take it and put it in their pockets. So they don't have to worry about, passing value or anything, and then draft. It wouldn't even have to count as your pick because it's not legal. So just like at the start of a draft, everybody opens their pack, puts their rare in their pocket, and then drafts. Like, rares aren't legal, but you get to take them, whatever ones are in your pack. If they ever did like a Ben S format on Arena, that's what it would be. All right, round 3. Let's see if we can get another trophy. Not a great hand. We don't have a 2-drop, but we're on the play. Obviously, I'm not going to mulligan 3-drop, removal spell 5-drop. So that actually works pretty well because if they just play creatures and don't disrupt us on turn 4, we can use Rocky Rebuke in combat with the Firebending mana and play Tylee. So we're definitely going to play Eero over Tylee because next turn we can spend 5 mana. We can Rocky Rebuke their blocker after we attack and then play Tylee post-combat. So that's pretty good. We'll see what they do, obviously. They might kill Uncle Eero. They might not play a good creature. But assuming they play like a solid 3-drop, then we'll use all our mana, hit them for 4, and have a good turn getting further ahead. And that certainly qualifies. That's an excellent card. So the play here is pretty scripted, I think. Use all our mana, clear out their good card, and get further ahead. And I'm not worried that they might play a better blocker because Ty Lee will make it unable to block. Yeah, I didn't really expect you to block there. I also misplayed by even giving you that option. I had Caves in hand, so I could have played it, made 2 1/1s, and attacked with Waterbend up. I missed that, so then when you blocked, I did that instead of Waterbend, instead of playing Caves, which obviously it was right for me to activate it after you blocked, but I should have actually just played Caves pre-combat. So they caught back up. It looks like it went bad for us there. They didn't play like a sweeper. They played 2 different cards and just caught back up. Firebending Lesson and Lightning Strike are efficient, good quality removal spells. So now we have to choose whether to play the 1/4 drop or the 2/2 drops. I think I like the 2/2 drops because I can use this for 2 mana next turn when I play this. There's a good chance I won't even really, but I mean, it could happen in combat and then I can pump the Fire Sages. I think it's probably right to play the 2/2s over the 1/4. This is not scripted. Like, there could definitely be arguments for Foggy Swamp Vinebender. So I didn't draw a land, but I can still, assuming they did nothing, would be able to make 2 green and use the 1 red. No, it's red to pump, so that's not going to happen. So I can't pump it in combat. So I think I'm just going to play the Foggy Swamp Vinebender and then attack with just the Fire Sages, leaving Rebuke up. I guess they could have It'll Quench You here. I don't really want to lose my last good threat, but I don't want to play nothing here. It's not like I have a 2 or a 3 drop. I mean, I guess I could attack and then pump the Fire Sages, but that seems pretty bad. So I think I'm going to do what I said, which is play this pre-combat, see if it gets quenched or not. If not, then I'm going to attack with just this, because I have 2 mana off the Raucous Audience to play Rocky Rebuke, and I have a 4 power creature, so there's a good chance that I'll be able to rebuke whatever they play. I'm not going to just randomly rebuke a 2/2, obviously. Now, if they attack, I'll block, and if they go for a trick, then I have the rebuke, so this could work out really well. I don't know what they have. We'll find out. Looks like they're just flashing it back, which is fine, but my 4/3 is going to eat a 2/2. Like, this is not particularly impressive. Not saying it's necessarily wrong. Nope. What is this card? X-Fire counters. If a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage with a number of fire counters on this? Jesus. I haven't even seen this mythic. Is this just in the regular set, or is this a list card? I think this is the first time I've ever seen this card. I've done a lot of drafts. I guess, like, I've never seen it. I don't think I've opened it. I don't think anybody's played it against me. I've probably done close to 50 drafts at this point. Crazy. So their creatures, if a source you control will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent they control, it does that much damage plus an amount of damage. So I just need to kill one of their creatures now, right? Not good. Wait, but I want to block, and this is a bite. So I want to trade Raucous Audience for one of those. So I should just block one with Raucous Audience and then fight with the Foggy Swamp, right? But they left a red up. This is kind of weird, right? It means they might have a Firebending Lesson. Like, why did they leave 1 red mana up? Why not do this for 1 more? So I'm kind of worried. Would they have fired last turn? I mean, they could have fired one of these small things. They couldn't fire... Oh, they could have fired the 4/3. No, they did this in a turn. They used all their mana. I mean, why else would they leave a red up? This is weird, right? Not that they need them to be +5 instead of +4. I don't know if this card... Yeah, it's very situational. I don't know that it's that good. I mean, it's scary, but, like, if you trade 2/2s for 2/2s, it's doing nothing. It obviously has potential. If you make a lot of tokens, you have a lot of 1/1s, whatever. This card is definitely powerful, but it is very situational. I'm not actually sure if this card is very good. But either way, so right now, oh, redirect lightning. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, good call, Fire Shoes. That makes a lot of sense. So Rocky Rebuke targets two things, so they can't redirect it, right? Redirect Lightning is only a spell with a single target, I think. I think Redirect Lightning, even though it's rare, that's a really impressive read, Fire Shoes. I think that makes a lot more sense than Firebending Lesson. I think they probably have that. Can they use that card on Rocky Rebuke? Rocky Rebuke targets both my creature and theirs. Does that card say change the target of a spell with a single target? With a single target. Okay, I'm going to assume that's the card they have. I don't think they can use it on Rocky Rebuke. So I think the plan is to let it resolve. No, it was Firebending Lesson, I guess. But, okay. So they did it proactively, so I could Rocky Rebuke in response if I want. But I can't block and then Rocky Rebuke. So now it's like, just which one do I want to do? I think I would rather just block. Next turn, I can Rocky Rebuke while they're tapped and pump Fire Sages. So I don't think they're... I still think that's a good read. That actually makes it make more sense, even though it turned out it was a Firebending Lesson. But thinking of the rare there was really good. That said, now my choice is Rocky Rebuke and then take 6. Or block, let that die, block, and take 6. And Rocky Rebuke next turn. It's not very different. But I want the trade, so I think it's right to just block and not Rocky Rebuke. Because I don't want to let them flash back their card and make 2 more 2/2s. And I can play Rocky Rebuke and pump Fire Sages here. So, like, I'm still using all my mana, and this is fine. I mean, obviously, everything they have now is pretty scary, but what are you going to do? Hopefully they don't have anything. Oh, I'm dead. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, next turn I can block that with Fire Sages, but that's 10 damage or whatever. 8 damage. Not helping that I'm flooding either, but nothing we can do about that. How much is this thing to flash back? 9? If they flash that back, they're definitely going to win, because that's just so many threats with the Fated Firepower. I don't think I could have done anything different this game. Is there anything I could have done that would have worked out better? So I have to block, so we might as well double block, kill their creature. I think this invasion tactics is going to be bad here. They have so much spot removal and stuff. Probably going to board that out for game 2. That card is quite good against like the black-green deck where they were gumming up the board, but quite bad against a red deck with all of this burn. We're still not dead. I mean, we can trade with both of those, and then we still have an Earthbend 3, so if they seriously flood out, I mean, we can still win. I mean, they get to trade up all the time now, but we did make a lot of resources with double caves. Obviously, if they have any removal or haste or whatever, we're just dead. And these are, like, not great trades, but we're going to get to Earthbend 3. Yeah, I don't think this card is great. I'm not saying it's unplayable either. But I don't think it's great. Seems pretty situational. That said, they did have 2 more things. We're in pretty bad shape. I mean, we have an Earthbend, so if we draw a spell, we're not dead. That's not a spell, obviously. I'll assume they're attacking me in the air. It's not like a question of attacking into something or not. There's no reason for them not to attack with War Balloon. Okay, so I don't think we want allied invasion tactics against a deck that's very good at killing things. Zuko looks good against their deck. Do we want Mongoose Lizard? Did they play 1 toughness things? I don't think so. I mean, they have that sucker they played at the last turn of the last game. But that thing grows, so you have to catch it at exactly the right time. Other than that, they played 2 2s. The 4/4 haste ally. 2 firebending lessons and a lightning strike. The 2/3 that draws cards, the blue uncommon that I rebuked. Yeah, so I think this is right. We'll just swap out the thing that relies on our creatures for a thing that draws extra cards, potentially. Because we saw double firebending lesson and lightning strike, so we can't really expect that we're going to have a bunch of creatures sitting in play. Okay, pretty solid hand. I mean, we had a good hand last game, and they beat us anyway. 6 toughness is kind of nice. Yeah, that's a good point. Firebending lesson does 5. 6 toughness is just kind of good against them. I'll consider it for game 3. Maybe that should have come in. It's not an efficient creature, but I make decent mana, and it is hard for a red-blue deck to deal with a 5/6. It is a good point. Oh, I don't know if they misclicked through their turn or they just kept a 1-lander on the draw with some card drawing, but they just discarded on turn 2. Guess we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, my default is not to keep a 1-lander even if I have 2 mana draw 2s in it. If you have like a single 1 mana draw card, like if you have Opt, then I would keep it. If it's assuming the rest of the hand is a lot of cheap cards. But an unfortunate game 2 after a very good game 1. Okay, so I do agree Mongoose Lizard does line up pretty well against them. Do I have anything else that like matches up especially poorly? Like a 4-mana 4/2 or something, knowing they have double firebending lesson. I mean, these Uncle Euros, but I think we want them. I haven't drawn a single My Jaded Edge, and I have 2 of them this whole draft. Have I? Have I, like, cast one of these? Not complaining. They're, like, serviceable 2-drops. They're nothing special, but... I mean, I could board out a land. I'm going to be on the draw, and I'm boarding in a land cycler, and these search for lands. I could certainly play 16 on the draw. Just board out, like, 1 mountain. I'm sure I'll get screwed now, but... 16 on the draw is, like, more, if anything, than 17 on the play as far as making, like, land drops. And it's a land cycler. And, like, if I have 4 lands, I might have Cave to get to 6. I think that's probably right. Well, of course I drew a 1-lander after boarding out a land, I don't have the Mongoose in my hand, so... I would have had the same hand. We know which card the mountain got replaced by. Okay, so we're going to keep this. We're going to put back a forest. No real decisions. Obviously, I need to draw more land, but like you're not going to keep land 4 when you have 3 cards that cost 3 mana on the draw. That would just not be correct. Hopefully, we can draw some land over a lot of turns, but we're going to keep all our spells. Even if they're going to shock it or whatever, I can squeeze this out potentially on turn 4 with a 3-drop. So I'm still going to play my 2-drop there into their shock. It doesn't feel great, but it is probably correct. Now I have to decide which 3-drop to play. I think the sentries makes sense. They could play the 4/4 haste. I'd want the sentries for that, but they can't play that this turn, and I can block with the sentries. Plus, Uncle Ero can block that anyway. So yeah, I think I want the Uncle Ero to live because I have bitter work, and I'm gonna block here. So I think I want the sentries first to trade off. Land. Okay, that's good. So now I think it's going to be Ero and Earthen Ally. I mean, obviously. The question is, do I attack? I think the answer is yes, right? I'm not that worried if they hit me back. Like, yeah, they'd be winning the race. I'll have to readjust. But, like, we can do that. Even if they hit me for, like, 8 or something, I can just figure it out after that. Still at 20, right? Life total's a resource. Don't be afraid to spend it. I think that was one of the arena advice-like things or whatever. I hate this card. I wish they had made it a little bit better. Like, it's a cool design, but, like, 3-mana draw card is unplayable. So, like, unless you're mono red, like, you're just not hitting things you're casting with that card nearly enough. They really punted that design, I think. Sure. I mean, they're running me out of stuff. Not going great, but can't really do anything about that. So if I play, I don't want to lose the Foggy Swamp if I don't have to because of bitter work. But I mean, I can't really take extra damage. I'm going to end up losing the game to the War Balloon unless I top deck one of my 2 Lightning Strikes. I can play the 2/1 haste, hit them for 2 with this, and hold it back. The 1/1's going to be back anyway, so maybe I'm better off holding back the Earthen Ally. I mean, they did use most of, like, I don't know how much more removal they have, but they used 2 Firebending Lessons and a Strike already. It's probably all their removal. So I'm definitely going to hold back one of the 2 power creatures, I think. And I can't just play Foggy Swamp Vinebender, because then I have to take 8 if they attack. So I think it makes more sense to hold back the 2/1. Because I don't really want to block with the Earthen Ally. And then, I forgot it was going to be a 3/2. That makes it even more clear because I'd be missing a point of damage. But I don't really want to block with that and then have them kill that potentially in response. And then the block wouldn't work. Although in this case, I forgot I was getting a white and a red ally. So that's actually kind of cool. I completely missed that. I mean, I don't feel great about this game. I mean, it depends on their hand, obviously. Like, if they have all lands besides what they have in play, I can win. Or if I just draw, like, a strike for War Balloon. I don't think I can kill them, like, in 4 turns. So I don't feel good about the race. It's kind of weird that they're making this attack. I mean, I don't really have any decisions. I'm going to block. I guess they get a Firebending mana to start turning that into a 4/3. And it shrinks the Earthen Ally. It's not like the worst play or anything. Okay, that's a potential answer. That said, I need to trade with Zuko now, so I think it's like no attacks. Just play this and pass. Because I want to put the 2/2 and the 1/1 on Zuko if they attack with it. So we'll see. If they don't have any more removal, I'm actually in good shape now. Going to 8, but I have Bitter Work and Rocky Rebuke, so I can draw cards with the Foggy Swamp, and I can rebuke away, like, the 4/3 flyer. Well, they just got a 4/4 haste. I think they hit the wartime protesters here. It's gonna be tight. Yeah, I mean, this really could have said less than or equal. I really don't know why they made this card exactly as bad as they did. All of that said, this is a great game, and I don't know what to do. Like, I want to play Bitter Work, attack, draw, draw a land, play the land, and Rocky Rebuke, but I can't really do that. I think I can just play my Jaded Edge and then pass and then rebuke the War Balloon, and I have the Foggy Swamp to trade with their thing. I mean, the Bitterwork does turn itself on. It's unfortunate, but I mean, the only other option, which maybe is correct, is to Rocky Rebuke now. Either way, I'm holding the 4-3 up. Kind of want them to make the trade, though. But I guess that's not really relevant. Either way, I'm killing the 4-3 flyer because I'm at 8, not the 4-4. I can trigger Prowess, but turning that into a 2-4 doesn't really change anything, I don't think. I guess if they played 2 allies and attacked with another one. The question is only really, do I rebuke now or do I pass with rebuke up? Because, I mean, I'm going to rebuke the balloon. Like, obviously, I have to kill that. I only have a couple ways in my deck. Not like none, but I have 2 strikes, 2 rebukes. The Wartime Protesters is a scary rare, but they're not an ally deck. They probably have a few other allies in their deck, but they have 2 cards in hand, and there's no reason to really think they're going to go nuts with allies. But if they did play, like, the 2-1 haste ally afterwards, and they attacked with everything, it would be pretty good to have my Jaded Edge turn into a 2-4 on their turn and then block with it. But, like, if they kill the Foggy Swamp in response to the rebuke, I'm just going to lose. But, I mean, you have to ask the question, can I really beat a removal spell anyway? Like, let's say I rebuke the War Balloon and then they untap and kill the Foggy Swamp and attack for 4. Take it and go to 4. I guess I could win. Like, this isn't that far from stopping that. I could just draw stuff. Yeah, I could beat a removal spell. So I'll rebuke now. Hopefully that last card in their hand is a land. I definitely don't love how this is going, but it's certainly not unwinnable. So now I have questions too, right? Like, if I play Bitterwork and attack, I have to take 4 back. I don't want to do that. I could play Bitterwork and pass, and then next turn I have the Earthbend. I guess I should be conservative, but I mean, I could take 4. I mean, if I knew they didn't have anything, it would certainly be good for me to put them to 11 and draw a card, right? But probably I need to be a little conservative here. It's not really my style, but I mean, they can't have removal because they would have killed Foggy Swamp. They could top deck one, but they can't be holding one. I don't know how much they have. They did use 2 Firebendings and a Strike already, but they used a lot in every game, so they might have a ton of removal in their deck. I don't know. There's another Firebending lesson, number 3. Which that was an upside of potentially attacking. Like, if they're going to kill it anyway. But, I mean, we knew they weren't holding that, right? They have to, like, draw it. Like, I don't know, maybe I should have attacked last turn. I'm not even sure now what to do, right? I can hit them for 1 and make a 4-4, hold it back to block. I could attack with the 4-4, draw a card. I mean, I guess that can't be right. This has to just be the right play. Maybe last turn I should have attacked, though. Not really sure. I'm not really training for anything in particular, but I've had a lot of fun playing this format. I think it's a very good limited format, so just kind of battling now. Well, obviously no choices since we're at 4. Need to draw Boomy. Game 3, can I draw my busted Mythic? How many Firebending lessons did they get? I mean, they deserve a 3-0. I mean, they have so many Firebending lessons. The game continues. I mean, I can give it double strike, so both mine trade with both of theirs. So I need them to fizzle out. Stop having stuff constantly. Your graveyard is filled with spells. Draw a land. You can do it. It's okay. You're allowed to draw a land sometimes. Both of those represent 4 power, so I don't really have any choices. I guess I want to make them pump an extra time, so this is the right block. I'm thinking of a Boomy. A very specific Boomy. If I drew Boomy, I'd hit for 4, draw a card, and then be threatening lethal the following turn. So that could work. Boomy. Or Rocky Rebuke with no creatures. No, they're playing lands. I need a 4 power. I need a Boomy. Well, a lot better than drawing a mountain. Maybe the sideboard 1 card swap could win us the match. See what they get. Okay, I mean, we're going to attack, draw a card. We can play blockers. Might Master Rebuke that. Probably won't. I mean, Rocky Rebuke it. Think we want to just play Caves, right? I mean, there's some upside to Badger Mole. We have the 4/4 blocker and the 2/2. We can have the Rebuke for next turn. Caves gives us 2 blockers, so we could chump it and then have 8. It's close. Think the Caves make slightly more sense, and we really want to get it going. There's definitely an argument for Badger Mole. It's better on the board right now. Plays around Quench, yeah. It's a good argument as well. Looks like they flooded a bit at the end, but I think they have something to cast. Maybe they're just exhausting that. I don't know. So I think now, end of turn, I want to Rebuke. I think there's almost no way they can have the 5/6, and I'm going to tap 5 for Badger Mole, and then I'm going to attack with the land, so I'm not going to have 2 up. I didn't do it before chumping because I don't actually care about 1/1/1. They could have played a good creature. So I was like, that was why I took this line, and I think it's correct. But now I do want to threaten lethal. If they have nothing, we win. We have 8. And if they have something, then we're not dead. I mean, they can, like if they play that make 2/2/2s card, I mean, they can like block, but we're certainly not dead. Now there's cards they can draw to win potentially. Like if they draw removal, they win because we're at 4, but couldn't play around them having that into top decking something. Hopefully they don't have that crazy enchantment again for lethal. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, they drew that for the trophy. Oh my God. I mean, I would have played around the 2/2/2s card if that would beat me, but like I can't play around them drawing that into drawing like a removal or something else too, right? Brutal. Yeah. But what if they play a good creature post-combat, Draxos? Like if I don't do that, like post-combat they play a 4/4 or 5/5 or whatever, how much worse is that for me? Brutal loss, right? Great match. Very winnable. I don't think I would do the same thing. I mean, in a tournament, I think that's the right play. I mean, obviously I have some options. Like, I'm not saying I had to do that. I know they have the 5-mana 2/2 card in their deck. They would have played it the previous turn, so they have to have just drawn it. So like, but I mean, if I want to play around that, I mean, what do I even do? I guess if I knew they had that, I would rebuke the 1/3. And then I'd attack with everything, and they'd have to trade a 2/2 for a 2/2 and eat a 1/1. They'd only have 1 2/2. But I mean, like I said, I don't know that it's that. What if they just drew like a decent creature? What if they just play like a 4/4 flyer, like, and I can't rebuke it? Because I mean, they weren't forced to block, right? Like the 5/6. So like, let's just say they have like a 4/4 flyer or 4/3 flyer or whatever. Like, if I don't hold on to rebuke, or if I rebuke the 1/3 and then they play like a 4/3 flyer, Badger Mole plus the 5/6 and the 2/1/1s, that doesn't threaten lethal, right? They can block the 2/2 and take 7 and go to 1 and then kill me with the flyer. I don't know. Because, I mean, that card didn't kill me. They had to also top deck something after that card. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, there's other options. I could also have played the Badger Mole the previous turn and just pass the turn with Badger Mole and the 2/2 up instead of making the 2/1/1 allies. Then when they attack, I have to block that. I can block it with Badger Mole, make them use the trick, and then I have the 2/2 on the 5/6. I'm not threatening lethal. They get another draw. Very interesting. I mean, it doesn't feel good. It feels like a winnable game. I mean, it was a good game. It was an enjoyable match. If this was like, if I hadn't seen the make 2/2/2s, I would say my play was definitely right. Like, I wouldn't even think about it. I did know that card was in their deck, but also they would have cast it the previous turn, so they have to have just drawn it this turn. And then they also have to top deck into something else, like a removal or a pump, after drawing that. I don't know. It's interesting. I'll have to think about it more. It doesn't feel good, but I'm not sure that means the line was wrong. Like I said, I just lose to like a 4-power flyer or something if I don't chump with the ally. But there's a lot to think about. Like, I could have Badger Mold instead of playing the Caves. And I could have not rebuked, not chumped with the 1/1. I could also have not went for lethal on that turn. I mean, I think it's right, but, you know, I could have just, like, to play around that card, I could have definitely sent just the 5/6 Menace or something, and then they're at 3, and I'm in great shape for the following turn, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of options. And if I want to play around that card by not going for lethal, I actually can hold on to Rebuke, because then I have 2 up. I can Badger Mole, leave back the 2/2, and have 2 mana and have Rebuke up. So I could play around that into something better. But we're playing around combinations when they were empty-handed. Like, you know, we know they would have cast that card the previous turn, that they weren't sandbagging it. So you're talking about playing around them, drawing exactly that card into something else. Maybe it's right. I don't know.